Um, but I mentioned big feet, and I did go out with a person who the biggest feet I've ever met in my life. My dad went out to lunch with him today. Took my son Shay, and we uh, we had a really nice lunch with my dad. Um, thanked him for everything he's done for us. He actually somebody had asked if my dad watched the show or any of that kind of stuff, and he had no idea we were even back up and running. So, like I said, guys, he's not paying attention. That's just the way my dad rolls. He's worried about taking care of his friends, and he's got a lodge or whatever that he does the books for and stuff like that. So he's busy with his own stuff. So I wasn't surprised at all that he wasn't, and I wasn't surprised, wasn't annoyed. In the past, it would have made me fucking furious. But now I just don't care. I think he's just letting me do my thing and seeing where everything pans out and hoping for the best and just believing in me and letting me just do my thing. So that's actually a pretty good feeling, to tell you the truth, and not sweating me constantly about how everything's going and blah 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 blah. So it's actually pretty nice. So now that he knows we're back up and running, who knows? First question was, you making any money yet? I said, enough to cover the phones, I think, maybe. He laughed. He laughed and went, oh, okay. So hopefully that'll turn around as we move forward here in the future. But what happened on the way there, I mentioned to you guys that I almost killed someone on the roads today. And of course, because of my my usual... my usual MO is to get into a road rage fight if I say I was trying to kill someone on the roads. I actually have to tell you that was not it today. I did not get in a road rage incident. Did I let you down?
Parking lot? Yeah, man, like parking lot incident, something while you're driving and hanging out the window type of incident?
Nope. It actually was something where I was just driving. I was in the left lane. I was moving pretty quick. I was going probably almost about 80, but with the traffic, just enough to move around the cars in the right lane. Not flying by any means. And as I'm starting to go, I'm in the left lane passing a car, and then because I'm the faster traffic, so I'm moving by. And then there's an open lane in front of me and then open on the right. So I go, all right, I'm not sitting in the fast lane because that's what only fucking idiots sit in the fast lane when there's no cars in front of them. So I moved over. And as I started to move over, I looked and I saw everything was clear. But something said to me, look again. Like, take a little bit extra look. So I don't know what was going on, if there was an angel looking out, not for me, for this other person, because all of a sudden I looked back up again and I caught out of the corner of my eye this little black fleck go. And I said to myself, that's a motorcycle. And he is trying to pass the car I'm passing. Like, he's 2 lanes over and he's going to try to loop around and pop back up right where I'm at. Right where I'm going to come over at. And sure enough, this fucking guy loops as I'm starting to move over. There's a car here. This motorcycle loops behind and comes right through here, right as I'm squeezing into my lane. And I see him at the very last second, and I didn't have to jerk the wheel. I just slowed my merge. And this motorcycle flew by so fast, my mirror shook like it was when he went by. And I'm telling you, Mikey, I came within a quarter inch of hitting this guy and smashing him into another car. I cannot believe how absolutely stupid this dumb dipshit was. And I should have mentioned it to my dad because, but I didn't want to really bring up motorcycle accidents with him, to be honest with you. So, I didn't want to really. I mean, he'll talk about it, but why bring it up if we don't need to? But so he was, this guy, I swear to God, you guys, if you're on your motorcycles, if you ride these motorcycles, you guys got to stop doing this shit where you pass people on the right like that. You're gonna fucking kill yourself. You're gonna kill someone else. It could have killed. It would have might have killed my kid. It could have gone right through the side window. I mean, it would have been a horrible wreck. And that guy would have
weave in and out of traffic everywhere all the time up here. Just nonstop at like 120, 140 miles an hour, just straight. It don't matter. They're splitting double solids. They're doing whatever.
And I left out too. The car that was up in front of me in the lane that I was moving into wasn't a cop, but it was like a park ranger who had like a park ranger vehicle with, you know, lights and all that shit. This dude just goes tearing right past him like there was no cop there at all. And this dude took off after him. And he didn't turn his lights on, but he could tell he took off and was getting the guy's plate and trying to radio up ahead. But the motorcycle, I just watched him just go, just gone. Doing the same thing, in and out, sliding, blah, 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 blah. Brap's in there saying, you'd be bitching about me on Saturday, though. I was irritated and lane split a pile of slow cars on the interstate doing about 80, 90. I was doing 80. This guy, Brap, I'm telling you, he had to be going well over 100. I mean, well over 100.
If I had a bike, I'd be doing it. So I can't say shit.
Yeah, I guess I probably would end up doing the same thing too, to tell you the truth. I guess that's why my dad...
Every red light I went up to, I would just walk my bike all the way to the front and just take off first every time.
Aussie Sam asks if I have dash cam footage. No, I don't have dash cam footage. They're really expensive. I do need to get a really good dash cam. I had a crappy one that I did like an app on my phone, but it just ate up battery and ate up space and everything. So I was like, fuck that. So, but I would like to do... I would like to get one of those. But yeah, it was a crotch rocket, and it definitely, I wouldn't be surprised if it was going well over 120 for sure. I mean, it was going, it felt like twice as fast as me. So maybe it was going 150 or something like that. I don't know, but it was absolutely flying, and almost killed me. Almost killed him. Well, almost killed him, not about me. And then the guy next to me probably ended up running him over because there was another car that he was going to get literally smashed in between. He would have bounced off of me into the other car. There was a whole line of cars behind us. So he would have just gotten completely, Darla, honey, he would have gotten completely rolled over.
It would have ruined somebody's life. Somebody would have just drove over him and ended this life.
Would have ruined my life.
Just because
I would have felt terrible. But something, I'm telling you, there was some sort of extra little, no reason for me to take an extra look. I just, for whatever reason, decided that I should take an extra look. Just, what is going on over there? Bean Arena. Put a cork in it. Trying to do a radio show. We're trying to do a YouTube program here. Hush. You little shit. Calm down. Come here. Come here over here. You need a little loving? Come here. We haven't seen you. We got to see you jealous because we saw Mikey's new potential new dog. And you got jealous. So everybody said, look at me. I'm the puppy for this show. I'm the show pup, not that other dog. Look at the whoopers. Look at, oh my goodness. You're such a good girl. Can you have a kiss? Can I have a kiss?
Your beard hair and her hair match perfectly.
I know people say you look like dogs and their owners look alike. I mean, we kind of started that way. Her looking like me. But yeah, we've trimmed it down so a little bit of her black shows in her beard too. So you got hiccups? Oh, my poor baby. Who's got hiccups? Well, let me put you down. I'll get you. Go drink some water. You go drink some water. Get rid of your hiccups, baby. Go drink some water. You're fine. Go on. All right. Scott78, thank you very much for the superfan donation in there. He says, Buffalo Bills for life. Giving a shout out. All right. So, hey, good for you, man. You want to shout out your football team for a superfan donation? You want to shout out fucking anything for a superfan donation? I'll fucking do it. So, I'm just kidding. Actually, no, I'm not. You want to put your donations in? Get them in. Brad said 100 miles an hour on a bike is nothing, though. It feels like doing 70 in a car. Well, I don't know. It was crazy, and I feel bad for. Or I don't feel. I feel lucky. I feel lucky that I didn't hit him. I feel lucky for him because it was going to be ugly. So, all right. Now I've left him waiting for a very long time, and he's a smart man since he already had a link to call in, and we don't have anybody else on. He still already has that link ready to go. Oh, guys, the phones are ringing as of right now. I just got.
It's another dumb show.
Okay, hi, welcome to another Dumb Show. I'm another Dumb Show host. Thank you for joining us tonight on YouTube. Thank you for streaming on my tube. It is so great to have you all back here with me this evening. Thank you for joining us tonight. Sorry about that little technical issue there. I had everything broken down when I was in sick mode over the past few days, and I forgot to plug a few cords in. So sorry about that, guys. But we're back up and running. Welcome, issue number 77. We're good to go. We're live, running. I am still kind of fighting this a little bit, guys, but I think the fever broke last night. So that's good news. So I saw Disaster say I did a phone test in there and the phones were broken. He said, we're not talking, and we did a phone test. I said the phones are broken, and Diz said something along the lines of, the phones aren't broken, your spirit's broken, dumb. Go fuck yourself. My spirits aren't broken at all. My spirits are fucking great, dude. I'm feeling great. I'm sick as fuck, but I'm here doing my thing. So I appreciate you guys being here, all that good stuff. I think I did hear before we got started, right before we went live, I heard a little rustling. I don't know if Mikey had friends over or if his girl was there or what, but I heard a lot of noise, a lot of chatter. Mikey, what's going on, dude? How are you?
I should have been on mute the entire time. I'm not sure what you were hearing.
I didn't know what it was. I just heard, just heard like you talking real quick. And I just, oh crap. And I muted it real quick. It was right as I was getting ready to hit the stream button to go live. So I didn't want whomever.
Oh, yeah. I had just jumped on. I was watching, I'm watching stand-up comedy.
Okay.
So you heard some stand-up in the background.
I either thought it was that or a phone call, or maybe you'd gotten a delivery or something along those lines. It just sounded like, because it did sound like weird conversation. So that makes more sense that it was a TV on then. Okay, cool. Well, hi, how are you? What's going on, my dude?
What's up, bud? Glad you survived the COVID.
Officially not COVID.
You took the test?
I took a test last night because I was...
No shit.
I was that sick. I was real sick, and I felt like I was getting worse again yesterday because it started, I don't know, actually Wednesday night I felt a little wonky, but I just kind of like chalked it up to either allergies or whatever because I had a runny nose and I just felt, congested. So I was like, oh, maybe it's allergies, whatever. And then Thursday, as the day progressed, I started to realize I'm like, something's off here. And by the time I finished the show on Thursday, my throat hurt so bad. It wasn't like a sore throat hurt. It was just like I had no energy and I was pushing too much. So my it was just getting like sore from talking.
Gotcha.
So I ended up just, we wrapped up and then that shit hit me like a fucking brick. Almost right as we got off, right as I kind of like not the adrenaline of doing the show, but just the kind of being up and awake. That shit just wore off, and I just went, and the fever kicked in. And when I say runny nose, I'm talking like if I had when my medicine would start to wear off, it was dripping like a faucet. Like I could catch it and it would go drip, 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 drip. Like it was that.
I don't think I've ever been sick in the summertime.
Every once in a while I get a summer cold, and I tried to break down where I could have gotten it from, and it's got to be something like as simple as like an ATM. Because everybody else that I was with over the week, nobody else got sick. So it's got to be just something as simple as I went to like a corner store or an ATM and I just touched a door handle or something and then touched my face and ended up coming down with something because nobody else got sick. Like my kid that I was with, he didn't get sick. And, you know, my mom and I went to that movie with him and they didn't get sick. B1 stopped by. She didn't really even catch it either. So, I don't know what it was, but it was ugly. She said she's got a little sniffles or whatever, but the fever that came with this was pretty bad. I didn't like take my temperature or anything, but I just know I was boiling and I was in a lot of pain, a lot of muscle aches and just general.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was the worst part about it. Really was the muscle aches. And it was different than like actual body aches, like when you have the flu. This was just like general all over sore and tired. That was it. But the worst thing was all the medicine I was taking, it wouldn't let me, I couldn't sleep because I was taking stuff for sinuses, like the Sudafed stuff that they make you have to show your ID for because it's the stuff that they make meth with, the stuff that they make meth with. God, that was hard to say. Mm-hmm. So I actually had to show my ID when they dropped it off, but whatever's in that stuff, it keeps you up. It doesn't let you sleep. So even during the day when I was tired and worn down and like you want to take a nap, I just couldn't. I would fall asleep for 10 minutes and then I would just wake back up because of this medicine. So that was the worst thing about it is not being able to sleep, except at night. Then I finally started taking all that nighttime stuff and we were good to go. So powered through it as best as I could.
Feeling better.
I think I'm getting better. I was a little, like I said, I was a little nervous. That I was getting worse yesterday. That's why I finally was like, my mom and B1 both were like, you got to take a COVID test, man. See, because my mom was like, they have medicine now that's supposed to help with that if you do get COVID. So why not take the test and see? No, it's Paxlovid or some shit like that or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I don't bleach, right? They just go to the doctor. They shoot you up with bleach. Isn't that what the press said?
Yeah.
Speaking of him, breaking news about your boy. He just got indicted again. Did you see that?
The witch hunt is on.
It's the full-blown witch hunt now. The federal indictment has come down. He's on his third indictment now. I think he's supposed to get arrested on August 3rd. The whole thing that they did last time, they're going to do it all over again. So that should be interesting to see where that all goes.
We're going to be in such great shape with Joe leading the way for another 4 years, guys.
Yeah, no, I'm not suggesting.
Everyone will be real happy about it.
Well, that's a fucking. I'm going to be honest with you, Mikey. Did you see the pictures? Have you seen the man's man that we're dealing with in the White House? I mean, this is a man right here, Mikey. Okay, you thought Trump playing tennis in those short shorts was a man's man? No, right here. That's a fucking man's man right there. All right, look at that grimace on his face. I'm going to be honest with you, Mikey. The first thing I thought when I saw this picture was I need to get myself in shape. Because you could Photoshop my fucking head onto the top of that fucking picture. And I'll be honest with you, I would have said to myself, where did I get those shorts? Would have been the first thing I would like, I don't remember being there. Because that, make those man boobs. Make those man boobs a little bigger.
A guy's looking awfully presidential right now. That's all you got to say. You know what I'm saying?
He does. And so I've got the body of an 80-year-old man at this point, right? Isn't that how old he is? 80?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's either in great shape or I'm in real bad shape or maybe a little bit of both. Because I'm telling you right now, you put some man boobs on that guy and maybe make the shoulders a little broader because I got pretty decent shoulders. But I tell you what, the rest from down, even the legs, even those skinny ass chicken legs, man, I'm exactly the same. I mean, this is a sad. There it is. There's the name right underneath it. There I am. I just need somebody to.
I'm surprised this man can stand up straight in sand.
Well, the sand actually kind of anchors you down. It sinks you in a little bit, so you can kind of, kind of get your bearings a little bit. Well, think about it, Mikey. You sink in, you just dig your feet in a little bit, and it kind of actually like holds you in place. You're like a statue.
Yeah, and then you fall over like the fucking Tin Man.
Well, I laughed really hard when I saw that, only because I'm not lying to you, dude. I look just like that. I swear. I actually almost thought I wish I had I do have a pair of blue shorts that are similar to that. I think I'm going to try to recreate this picture because I could do it very simply, very, very easily. And
shave the beard off.
Ooh, I don't know about that. We'll have to Photoshop the beard off or something.
There's no, you got to go for the authentic look. I don't think
I could do that, man. We're heading into wedding season, man. I got to look good, and God knows what's going on in B1. So I got to look good at least. I got to present myself well.
It'll grow back quick. You'll have a beard back in a month. You just look weird you look like a naked guinea pig for like 3 weeks. You'll be fine. You'll get over it.
I would look I'm so attached to this beard. I really don't know if I could cut it off. It would take a lot for me to shave this thing off. I'm serious. Back when I was on RMG, I kind of had a thing it was kind of off limits. Like I was pretty open to do just about anything, but don't bother wasting your time trying to get me to shave my beard in some sort of dumb bet or anything, because I'm just going to ruin the show and say no over and over.
We all just want to see what that chin looks like under there.
It's not good. That's why I have the beard. It's not good at all.
Non-existent chin.
I got to hide it a little bit.
The chin extension.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah, I don't have a good chin. I'm starting to get a little bit of one of these rooster crow things or whatever they're underneath there. The little chicken thing, it's on its way in. So.
That's why I'm never shaving my beard off again. As soon as I did, this little gobbler comes out and I look like a goddamn bullfrog.
Well, that's what you got to do. That's why, Mikey, when you shave, you got to let this grow a little bit longer, and it hides that little double chin there. That was a great ultimate fat guy move.
Whenever the beard is growing long, it's always faded up into there a little bit. I don't like it real long from on
just
the inside of it.
Just in the front though. Hide that chin fat. All right, what'd you do over the weekend? Did you do anything fun while I was in misery?
No, dude. My girlfriend's parents came into town with her brother. And
that's right.
We did a bunch of moving and everything all weekend and unpacking and finally getting all settled and
everything out of the old place. Because she had until today, didn't she?
Well, there has been no date that's been set up as a firm out. I just know that today was exactly 1 month from when we started the move, so you'd always just assume the 30 days. But
Gotcha.
This landlord is a real piece of shit.
I know you don't get along with him, so yeah, I would have thought you guys would have wanted to get out of there very, very quickly, and not had to go deal with the guy.
I did, but I just follow the lead.
She's busy, you're busy.
I gotta pick my battles.
Yep, I got you, dude. It's not work. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. That's what happened with B1 and I when she moved back in here and she had a bunch of stuff at her old apartment. I kept telling her, I said, they are not going to, they're not going to hang on to your stuff. I said, you got to get that stuff out of there. Unless you're paying rent in that apartment, your stuff's not going to be there very long. And I mentioned it a couple times and she, kind of was just not interested in doing it. And sadly enough, they ended up, they did throw some stuff of hers away. And it was a lot of it was sentimental stuff. And I think documents and shit. So. It was man. It was a bad scene. So I hope she gets everything out of there, and there's not some guy that's gonna grab shit and throw it away just because he's a dick.
I do too, but at the same time, I end up getting lost in shit that ain't mine. And then I get stressed about it, and it gives me anxiety, like it's my stuff that's over there, and then I let that shit start taking over, and I become an asshole and stuff.
No, I agree. That was one of the little tenets of when she came back was. I'm not going to do stuff like that because went out of my way to make sure I would not overwhelm my stuff with her stuff, like trying to like help her, motivate her to do something or whatever. Like
it's easy for us guys to get lost in their shit while we just ignore what's going on in our life and let what's going on in our head spiral out of control.
It's a very good point, Mikey. You're absolutely right. I never really thought about it that way, but yeah, it is easier sometimes to help correct somebody else versus yourself, I guess. I never really thought about it that way. I have to mention that to my therapist next time I talk to him. That was good. Pat Wooey put a little donation in there, superfan donation. He said, and of course, everybody who gets their superfan donations in there, you guys get priority when I'm reading the chat. So, Pat Wooey said, how much of a dono to shave the beard? I don't think the donation, YouTube probably blocks the limit, whatever the limit for donations is, probably not even enough. to be quite honest with you, I really don't think so. I'm telling you, it would really be, I mean, I can't give you a number. It would be outrageous. Outrageous. I mean, you'd laugh out loud if at the numbers I'd come up with. I mean, we're talking like 6 figures here, I think, for me to have to shave this thing off. That's how insecure I am with my face, and how much this beard has improved it. I mean, it's been a dramatic improvement since I got this beard. I think everybody would agree who's seen me without it. All right, I do have a couple emails here. So nothing fun. Just you didn't go. I was hoping that maybe you went to go see Oppenheimer.
No, I really wanted to go see it. No, I ended up listening to Gucci Mane's album called Wappenheimer, if that's close enough.
How was that? Any good?
It's for like his 20th studio album. They all sound the same.
Yeah.
But yep, also bangers.
My buddy said he was listening to Travis Scott's new album, and that was pretty good. So
yeah, I like that one. I liked Post Malone's new album, Austin, was pretty good.
Oh, I didn't know he has. See, I actually just immersed myself in TV over the past few days, so we'll talk a little bit about that. But I do have a couple of emails here. I figure I'll jump into a couple of these emails here. And of course, you can always email the show, anotherdumbshow@gmail.com. This one comes from Amy. It says, "Hey, Dumb, I know there are days when Mikey can't be on the show, so would you ever consider doing a special one-off show with your mom as the special guest? I think it would be fun to have her on and do an Open Lines America show to learn more about both of you. You never know where it might lead. Just a thought. Anyway, love you guys. Keep up the good work." I think that'd be fun. I would love to have my mom on sometime. I think it would be interesting. She doesn't have the most exciting life. I mean, she just kind of goes to work and comes home, and that's about it. So not a really crazy thing going on there with that. But Open Lines America, like you said, you never know where the questions could lead. We do need the phones to work for that to happen, and I don't know what is going on with these things. I thought I had them all fixed. It worked for 2 seconds at the beginning of the show, and then they decided to shut off again when I went to do the phone test. So I really don't understand what's going on with it, and I'm going to have to schedule a thing with the Brits. I got to get up at the butt-ass crack of dawn in the morning and get this all fixed and talk to these people in Great Britain and try to get the phones up and running. So, speaking of emails, I got another email from Amanda that says, "Hey, Dumb, I hope you're feeling better." Thank you. I appreciate it, Amanda. "I actually enjoyed Friday's show of Best Of, but I didn't like the part where you were sick." Well, I appreciate that very much. Yes, Friday's show, I put a little highlight show together of the past, we haven't been on that long, so there weren't a ton of them yet, but I put together what we had. I actually had a few more I could have thrown in there, but we only needed 2 hours, so I had plenty to fill, which was nice. The question she has for me, Amanda asks, I was wondering if your boys have ever tried the McDonald's challenge that you have been doing. Love the show. No, they have not. I don't think I would even let them, to be honest with you. I think it might be a little bit too much to see. What is this? What am I looking at right now? Sorry, I just got another email that I just noticed all of a sudden, and I wasn't exactly sure what I was looking at. So it confused me for a second. I think I just got sent a meme. I'm not sure if it's the person in the meme. Maybe I'll have to. Michaela, if you could explain this email to me a little bit more, because there's no text in it, and I literally just saw it, so I apologize. Mikey, what was I saying right before that? Mikey's McDonald's challenge and the kids. No, I've never asked them to do that, because I don't really, adults, if they want to do that kind of stuff, You know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of
Yeah,
free
you don't want to
will.
encourage that. Yeah, encourage that type of behavior and binge eating.
Yeah, I mean they understand that it's for the show, and they know that I'm not. I mean they've seen me binge eat for sure, but they're not. So I don't think that would be the thing. It's more along the lines of I wouldn't want them to feel like I'm making them do it, or that they'd be letting me down if they didn't do it or didn't want to do it. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't want them to think that at all. So I'm like a little. I don't know. I'm a little bit weirder about having them on the show than I was before. I'm not sure why. Before it was like, yeah, when they did that trip to Philadelphia, I thought that was a fun little thing to introduce people to them. But I don't know. They're getting older, going into high school and stuff, and middle school, and I don't know. I just don't know if their friends get a hold of them on this or something like that. They could use it to bully them or whatever. So I don't know how much I would really have them on anyway at this point too. So because I just don't want to. No, I just don't want to make them uncomfortable or give people ammo against them, that kind of stuff.
I was gonna ask, speaking of like them and the eating challenge or whatnot. I know they're not doing that, but have you put either one of them to the test to see if they're a super taster and they can taste the different marshmallows or color M&Ms yet?
No, I haven't. I haven't even actually thought to do that, to tell you the truth.
It's got to be. I mean, you got to see if you passed your superpowers down because now that you've lost yours.
It's interesting because I bet that they don't. Here's why. The older one, and as far as my daughter too, well, I don't really know. She grew up with a mom and lived in a restaurant, so she just ate restaurant food her whole life. So you know what I mean. So I don't know what her palate is like because she grew up with her mom and wasn't here a lot for me to feed her. She just eat whatever I gave her. Really, she wasn't real picky, to tell you the truth. But Brady, the older boy, he has like a really refined palate. Like he'll eat like really crazy, like if I get a really crazy charcuterie board, he'll eat all the weird cheeses and duck liver, pate, and all that stuff. So yeah, I mean, he eats adult food. Like if he had his way, he'd order a steak every time we went out, that kind of stuff. He eats like an adult. The little one, he loves spicy food, which is the strangest thing. He loves, the spicier it is, the more he likes it. It's so weird. Like he'll rip a bag of those extra spicy taki things down like it's nothing. And I can't eat like 3 of those without being like, ugh. So he loves that stuff. So as far as them being soup tasters, I don't know, because I feel like I never really was a big spicy guy until after COVID, and I kind of lost my super taster, and I need spicy stuff just to be able to taste now, which is annoying. Like, oh man, that was the worst part of being sick. The taste in my mouth. I've had the worst taste. It's just been absolutely disgusting over the past couple of days.
Sinus infection gives me a horrible taste in my mouth.
Yeah,
It used to make cigarettes and weed taste like shit whenever I had a sinus infection.
Pretty sure that's what it was, because a lot of sinus pressure, a lot of pain, all that, but just again, the body aches were just overwhelming. But yeah, I had what were we just talking about again? Sorry, I got distracted.
I have no idea either, dude.
All right, anyway, who cares? We're moving on. I was getting ready to move on anyway, but yeah, being sick.
It was a super taster thing. We were in the middle of something with that.
Oh yeah, the kids, I don't think they've gotten it because of the whole spicy.
Oh, you had to eat spicy. You have to eat spicy stuff now because you lost your taste.
Yep. So I don't think it's. I never really liked spicy stuff before because it was almost a little bit too intense, and I could taste. It depended on the pepper, basically, because really all you can taste is the spice if you're just the spice person. But if you can, or in the heat, but if you can actually taste the pepper, some of them taste better than others, and you can't really taste the pepper a lot of times when the heat's too much. So it's.
No, you can't. That's why I kind of stop at habanero. Habanero for anything is like the perfect level of heat. It's not uncomfortable, and it's got a little bit of like sweet taste to it because the habanero peppers taste good.
Yeah, I think I like a good poblano. Can't go wrong with a good poblano pepper. So, all right. Well, that's pretty much what I did today. So I got all caught up today on cleaning. So I had just fucking booger rags all over the place because when I'm sick, I just throw stuff everywhere. And I was already living like a bachelor before that, so it was already a mess. So, oh my God, this place was just like a bomb went off. It stunk. The only thing I like to eat when I'm sick is pho. I don't know if you ever have pho, Mikey. You know what that is? Pho, pho.
Yeah, well,
So that is what I like to eat when I'm sick because I don't really like chicken noodle soup that much. But that stuff, all the basil and everything, and the bean sprouts and everything, the stuff I didn't finish that I threw in the trash, just absolutely stunk. It just smelled like a market where like you ever like been in a restaurant where like you go in the restaurant cooler and some of the like food is just kind of like some of the produce just isn't that good and it's got this weird produce smell to it. That's what my whole house just kind of smelled like, just bad produce.
Yeah.
It was just gross. And I didn't really realize
stale.
it was bad. I didn't even realize it until this morning because I couldn't really smell anything. It was bad. That's part of why I thought I had COVID too. Couldn't really taste it very well. Couldn't really smell very well. But took the test and good to go. So got this place cleaned up today. Went out and got some delis. When I was there, I decided that while I love doing the show with you guys, you know what I would really love to do? Win $1 billion. And that's happening tonight, baby. Did you get your Mega Millions ticket, Mikey?
I did not. I'll buy them if there's no winner tonight.
You're going to do it if it goes, so 1 billion isn't enough.
I'll drop 100 if nobody wins tonight.
Oh,
They
wow,
just
that
forgot
much.
to go.
100. You still got time.
Yeah.
It goes
What time
till
is the drawing? 11?
11 p.m. Yeah, we'll be done by 9, man. If I can make it that long, it's worth it if you could, I saw that you could flip a coin, flip a quarter. You'd have to get heads 28 times in a row. That'd be the same odds of you winning tonight. So you could try that if you want. Just see if it's worth it. Just see how many times you can flip it in a row. See if it's worth just getting out of the house for it.
I blow my luck that way. What I'm saying, I'd end up blowing all my odds and
That's a
get
good
the
point.
28 heads that way, and then I'd get the opposite of every number picked.
Now, people always say, "What's the first thing you would buy if you won the lottery?" And I always used to the obvious answer to me was just travel, just see the world, just go travel. That's what I would want to do. But lately, I have changed my mind, and I believe I would buy I saw, and I lost the video of it, but it is a racing simulator that is
I saw that video.
an actual F1 car in front of a screen. It's $100,000. It bounces up and down like the actual car. It looks like you're driving the actual car. You're in a cockpit. Oh man, that'd be the very first thing I would buy. I don't know where I'd put it. I have to immediately go buy a warehouse or a house to put it in. But an outrageous racing simulator would 100% be the first thing I would go buy. I can't get enough of this freaking racing, man. Watch the Belgian Grand Prix all weekend. Practice on Thursday. Practicing qualifying on Thursday in the rain. Which is like, who watches cars drive slower than they're supposed to, unless you're obsessed with it. So I did that. Spent the whole day on Thursday watching that. And then Mikey, did you see the new Transformers movie, The Rise of the Beasts?
I have not. I kind of stopped watching Transformers after like the second one.
I wasn't really into them either after a while. I think probably right around there. Maybe what was Megan Fox? The first one? Second one?
First two.
First two? Yeah, probably when she was out of it is when I lost interest in them, to tell you the truth.
Yep. They started replacing her with blondes, and I wasn't. No.
Well, it wasn't a problem for me. Just Megan Fox is Megan Fox. But
yeah.
So I was looking for stuff to watch because I was sick, and I was just literally on the couch being a couch potato.
I can't believe you just started watching the show Driver.
What show's that?
The Netflix show, the F1 show.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I watched so much racing, I was racing out at that point, too. Because I tried was also frustrating me because I wanted to race, but I was too tired to sit. I tried to do a racing simulator, like do my wheel and everything. And it was just, didn't have the energy to do it. It was too much. It was too intense. It was giving me a headache staring at the screen. So I axed that and decided not to do that. Keep me on track, Mikey. I think whatever medication I'm on has got me completely squirreling all over the place tonight. I'm having what was I watching?
You were on the couch.
Yeah. I tried to race,
Transformers.
couldn't race. And so I was just looking for stuff to watch. And then Transformers, I saw popped up it was in Amazon Prime Video. So that was not a bad movie, Transformers Rise of the Beast.
Really?
I can't lie. No, it wasn't terrible. The special effects were fucking great. Made me wish that I had seen that seen it in person in the theater versus it looked good on my 65er, but I can't imagine how awesome they would have looked on the big screen because they really looked like Transformers transforming from a fucking car into a robot and vice versa, versus in the past where it's just all blurry and
Yeah.
but just a good story. It was a pretty easy story to follow. Some of those stories get completely out of control and weird.
Yeah, I was going to say, is this supposed to follow the same Bumblebee from the little reset from before?
I think maybe it falls in a prequel. Maybe I think it was. I think maybe I can't remember what year it was set. Maybe 1994. So it might have been pre.
Oh, no. Well,
or
no,
I don't.
The Bumblebee one was in the late 80s or early 90s
Is that so? Wait,
70s.
was the one? When was the one with what's his name with Shia LaBeouf? When were those set? In the mid 90s?
Had to be the present day. So yeah, late 90s, early 2000s, somewhere around there.
All right. So I honestly that might have been something I missed, and as far as where, but it's the same Bumblebee and the same Optimus Prime. It looked the same at least. So I think it's the same timeline, just somewhere else in the timeline. Because I felt like Optimus Prime wasn't really cool with humans at that point. But he's never really cool with humans, but it seemed like it was the first time he never interacted with them, like trusting a human. So,
Gotcha.
Which was like the whole premise of the other ones. So I'm not really sure where it fell in the timeline. I'll be honest with you. For about a minute, I got bogged down in that. And then I said to myself, I don't care. I'm just going to roll with this story. And Pete Davidson was the voice of one of the characters, and it was pretty good. He was actually I liked the way he did the character, and it was a good movie. I enjoyed it. For what it is, for being a stupid Transformers movie, I actually liked it. That was the only good thing about being sick is pretty much everything I watched over the past few days was awesome. I watched that Extraction 2 movie with Chris Hemsworth.
It was pretty good.
That was really good. That was some sweet action in that. I enjoyed that movie.
I just started watching 60 Days In again. They just released a new season on Hulu.
What is that? Is that that prison show?
Yeah, dude. God, it is. I just love that show. I want to try it so bad.
Is that where they fake a prisoner going in? Or I don't even understand the premise of that show, really.
They fake a prisoner going in for 60 days. It's usually in the season that I'm watching right now is season 7. It's 8 former convicts. So every one of them has served at least 5 years of like prison time. And they're going into this jail. They're going into this jail for 60 days to expose corruption, find weapons on the block, expose drug dealers. And they bring all this information back to the warden and stuff like that. They find like dirty cops and all kinds of stuff.
You're watching a show about rats?
Yeah.
Ugh. You're not rooting for them. You're waiting for them to get shanked, right? Or
no, hell no. I like them to go into jail and get the lowdown on everything that's going on. That'd be me. I want to try that show.
You want to go in there and rat out all? It's so dangerous. There's a bunch of thugs and murderers and shit. And you want to go in there and try to rat them out? They're gonna stab your ass.
Like I said before, man, I would do so much better on that show than a survivalist show.
Phew, man, that show, that I don't even. Now, why would they? Do they get paid a lot of money to be on this show, or they're
I
just
don't
doing it
think
out
they're
of the?
getting. I think a lot of them are like have troubled pasts and stuff like that, and they want to prove something to themselves. Some of them are like ex-military, some of them are ex-cops, some of them are ex-prison guards, and they're going in there. And if these guys find out that it's an old CO or something like that, but the season right now is wild to watch because it's during COVID and it's during like the quarantine time, and these people that are locked up for 14 days straight and they can't come out of their room or do nothing, and how psycho they go. I just love watching people lose their mind.
Yeah, I think I'll pass on that. I think it might just give me anxiety just watching people in prison. You know what? I don't like jail shows. I didn't like Shawshank Redemption. I'm just not into jail stuff, so it doesn't really do anything for me. For whatever reason, I
What
think
about you weren't a fan of Escape Plan
if it was a
with
jail movie,
Arnie and
no.
Sylvester?
The only jail thing I've ever liked was Oz. That was the only thing that was that show that was on HBO in
And
like the night.
you like the movie Tango and Cash?
Okay, I take that back. I had two movies I liked, but they were out of the jail for a lot of it. They were in. There was a jail scene in it, which was
They
a
were
pretty
in jail
good.
most of that movie.
Which was a pretty good scene, I guess. I'll give him that. The escape scene was good. I'll give you that. But no, one where it's just all about the whole time. It's just about the warden and dealing with the warden, and the warden's taking their rights away, and then you got the bad COs, and it's just like the same fucking small thing. I will say, I lied. Mayor of Kingstown is fucking great, and that's a prison show. And
I was about to say that's all prison.
I lied. That show, for whatever reason, the way they do it, I like it. But normally I can't stand prison shows because I just can't. I don't know. I have no interest in them. But Mayor of Kingstown's good show.
I never did. Like, I never was into like America's Worst Prisons or anything like that. But some reason I watched one season of this show 60 Days In on Netflix one time, and I just got hooked.
Right. I know. I just can't. I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a try. Mikey, you're gonna kill me. So you're gonna laugh so hard at me. Actually, not kill me. You're gonna laugh at what an idiot I am. So I tried to turn on Soup to Nuts. Mark Norman, the podcast, the thing you were telling me about. I turn it on, and it just goes right into the show. No, there's no intro, nothing. And I go, oh, and I use B1's Netflix. So I go, oh shit, she must be watching this right now or something. So I go, well, wait, I can't watch it if am I gonna screw up what she's watching? So I was like, all right, but wait a minute, I'm not signed in on hers. I'm signing on my profile though. So what the fuck is going on? So I go back to it again, and the same thing happens again. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on with this thing? So I'm like, fuck it. I'm just going to let it go. Maybe she must be watching it. I don't want to screw up what she's watching. So I let it go. And then a few hours later, I remember that I had it to watch. I go to turn it on. Same fucking thing happens again. It just comes up starts right in the middle of this guy telling a joke. No Netflix intro, no animations or graphics saying his name or any of that, just right into it. And I'm like, wait a minute. Is this how this thing starts? It's just this weird cold open with just not even like a fade up or anything. It's just a weird cold open. I was so mad about that, Mikey. I didn't watch it. I turned it off. I said, I can't fucking do this. This fucking guy got me. And he wasn't even trying, and he got me, this motherfucker. So I said, I'm not watching this for now until I'm not mad at the guy, because I was pissed off because he tricked me with this stupid cold open. Anyway.
It was a pretty good special. It's not up there with Sledgehammer or anything like that, but it was good for what it was.
Yeah, I know you were looking forward to it, but you sound a little bit disappointed.
I am. It's my first time watching a real special of his, and he has really good crowd work, and he's more of a one-liner guy. So his comedy is like 2-3 laughs a minute, where it's joke, 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 joke. It's just rapid fire the entire time. Gotcha. I'm more of a storyteller guy.
Yeah, the opposite of me. I'm 0 fire jokes. 0, 0, 0, no fire. No, I'm kidding. Not Cream Pie Tony P sent a little super fan donation in there. Said, glad to have you back, Tony P. Glad to have you sending in donations and glad to be back for you, my dude. All right, so a couple other things that happened while I was out. Oh, and one little thing, I highly encourage this for people if you are a... Oh, you got to watch Warrior, Mikey, if you haven't watched it. It's so good. So good. Got to watch Warrior. And then, because I caught up on that. And then I caught up on what I forgot was one of my just now, I think, all-time favorite shows, even though it's going to sound lame, because I am a Trekkie, Mikey. I don't know if you know this. The Star Trek Strange New Worlds show on Peacock. What a great show. I love it. Especially if you guys like Spock. Highly recommend watching that show. There was one of the funniest episodes. I know Star Trek's not known for humor, but if you're a Trekkie, you'll really enjoy this episode. So, speaking of shows...
I have all these subscription services and I don't watch any of them.
I have a few of them, to be honest with you. Well, I share a couple of them. So, like, one's my mom's, one's B1's, one's my, you know what I mean? So it's like it's a kind of a shared thing. I don't know. I know Netflix cracked down on that, so I was surprised to see that I still had access to that. I don't know how that works.
Oh,
Like,
it'll just happen one day.
Just all of a sudden they'll catch up and say, "Oh, wait, you okay? Well, we'll see what happens."
Rearrange your households and go from there because that's the way it was. Everyone's using my mother's Netflix and it just booted me, but for some reason my girlfriend can still use it. It hasn't booted her yet.
That's odd. Oh,
yeah.
Well, all right. Well, then looking forward to that. Well, in the meantime, speaking of streaming services, one of the ones I have is HBO Max. And did you, on HBO Max, I watched the show. Do you have that? HBO Max? Well, I guess it's just called Max now. Did you watch Euphoria? I'm assuming you did.
I watched the first season.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was about it.
I'm sure you know why I
all I
watched
needed
that
to
show.
watch.
I'm sure you know why I watched that show. Sydney Sweeney.
Because
I
I
don't remember.
say, the whole show is just sex, anyways.
Yeah, the blonde girl. That's the reason I watched that show. I don't know. I can't remember her character's name on the show. But she is very easy on the eyes. And yeah, so I like watching that show. But sad news. You remember Fez from that show?
Yeah, that dude,
Angus Cloud, he died the other day, which was a really bummer. And it looks like it might have been self-inflicted, sadly. No, but they haven't really released anything yet officially, but I guess his dad had passed away within the past couple weeks. He had battled cancer, and it just kind of quickly came up and took his dad out of nowhere. And so, this guy ended up. It sounds like he might have taken his own life, unfortunately. So sadly, he was like a little rags to riches kind of story. He was a waiter before he did the show, and then.
He wasn't even an actor. They just picked somebody that looked like a drug dealer and said, "You want to be a drug dealer?" And he was like, "Sure, I'll do it."
Yeah, that's what's so it's sad. I know they said he'd kind of been dealt with mental health issues and things like that I guess he'd been open about it according to his family. And the way they say, Angus was open about his battle with mental health, and we hope that his passing can be a reminder to others they're not alone and should not fight this on their own in silence. So yeah, it sounds like it might have been in his own hands, unfortunately. So that is a bummer. Because now, well, you're not going to know this if you don't watch the second season, but now we're never going to know, Lexi's never going to know why Fez didn't make it to her play. So we'll never know. We'll never know, Mikey. You didn't watch it, so you don't know what I'm talking about.
We might not ever know anyways if the strike doesn't end. That's
a good point, actually. Well, it made me think, too. I wonder if that's part of maybe what's going on. Maybe he's not working, too. He's not making money. I've seen all these actors come out now, and they're willing to talk about how much money they got paid on some of these shows, like Stifler. Apparently, according to the Stifler from American Pie, was it Sean William Scott, I think is his name? Yeah. Said he only got paid $7,000 for American Pie. Now, I don't know what he got paid for the movies after that, the sequels or whatever, but that's pretty crazy that Stifler, the main character, not the main character, but the most memorable character from the movie.
Protagonist, yeah.
You only got $7,000. So it made me think, like, maybe I wonder if that's what part of what that dude was going through. On top of the stuff with his dad, then he's not working, he's not making money. Maybe it was all just a little bit too much for him to handle.
I saw there's one studio that's actually back to work, and their actors and writers and everything like that are all working, and it's the studio A24, and they're the only studio that has met every demand of the writers and actors.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What do they make? Anything good?
A24 is a big production company. There's got to be a big list of titles that they produce.
Huh. All right. I've never heard of
I
them
remember
before.
seeing that all the time.
Studio A24. I'm looking it up in the news just to see, because I actually hadn't. I must have missed the story. I didn't see this at all anywhere. Yeah, I'm not familiar with it, so I'll have to look more into that and see what they do or whatever. See what kind of movies they make. Oh, when I went to go see the movies the other day, I left out too that Pee Wee Herman died. That was a bummer. I saw. I loved Pee Wee Herman. That old jacking off dude. Gotta love him. Guy gets caught cranking off, loses his whole career, and then he's able to come back again. What a comeback story. I mean, a true American comeback story. Guy gets caught cranking in the movie theater. A children's show host gets caught cranking in a movie theater, banned from everything, and then comes back on top of the world. And I mean, everybody loved Pee Wee, man. Those movies were so good. Everybody introduced him, or everybody imitated him all the time and stuff. I loved those movies when I was a kid. Did you like Pee Wee? Were you old enough for Pee Wee?
I watched. He had a show too, didn't he?
Yeah, Pee Wee's Playhouse, man.
Every Saturday morning.
Yeah, I don't even remember when it was on, to tell you the truth. My memory is kind of cloudy as far as remembering details like that. I always just think it's
Saturday
funny.
morning was Pee Wee and Sunday morning was Bozo.
The clown?
Yep.
I don't remember watching any clown shows. I know they were out there. I feel like they didn't air where we lived, or for some reason, because I don't remember watching any clown shows. All right. Let's see, where are we at on the clock here? All right, cool. So I do have a few actual things that I saw in the news that I'd like to talk about, so we'll get to that. I know I didn't realize I was going to kill that much time talking about, talk that long about bullshit TV shows and stuff. I apologize. Christina sent in a superfan donation saying, please reveal total spent on Uber Eats while sick. I hate to break it to you, Christina. It's actually not as much as you'd think, because really everything tasted bad. And the only thing that I really could eat that had flavor was pho, because that Thai basil is so strong. So I got pho a couple times, and we're talking pho is usually like, I think it's like $25 an order, so maybe $30 a pop. I think I got pork. I got spring rolls with it one time just for the hell of it, and they tasted really weird, so I couldn't eat those. So I don't know, maybe $60, something like that, a little more, because I had some food in here that I ate the other day. What did I eat? Oh, my mom brought me food one day. My mom brought me some like McDonald's, and that's all I ate one day, was because I didn't have an appetite. And she just was like, I'm just gonna bring this and you're gonna eat it. Or wait, no, I asked for it. That's right. God, I was out of it, man. I was really out of it. It
sounds like this thing kicked the shit out of you.
It really did. I mean, my mom was worried about me. She was like telling me I need to go to the doctor and all this stuff. Like, she was calling me a couple times a day to check on me, because it was bad. The cough was real bad. It was ugly. I was hacking up a lot of stuff. It's hard to breathe in the morning when I first woke up. So Christina, a lot of money, more than you probably spent in your entire life on Uber Eats in one weekend. Please tell us the Uber Eats delivery I think Shay ordered on a Friday. It's that superfan donation from Nugget. Man, I'm trying to figure out what he's talking about. No, I see the super chats. Sometimes it takes me a sec to get to them if I'm in the middle of a thought. What did he order that night? It wasn't Shay, it was Brady. I gave him the phone. Oh, he just ordered like fast food, like Swenson's, I think he ordered. So it was nothing. He didn't spend too much money, which was good. I was worried he was going to go ham, spend some crazy amount of money and order a bunch of cookies and all this kind of stuff or something like that. But no, he was good. He ended up just ordering just enough for us, and I think they screwed up half of his order or something. So the poor kid didn't even end up eating half of his food or whatever. So I actually felt kind of bad for him because he ended up not coming down to grab it because he didn't want to interrupt the show, or I don't even remember. So, or maybe I'm mixing up days. I don't know. They all run together with those kids. All right, so let's do this. I'm going to take a quickie. We're going to come back. I am sweating my balls off right now, so I don't know if that's my fever coming back, because I did take some Advil before the show.
That fever's still kicking around.
Yeah, I don't know if my forehead, if you can see the glisten, but I can actually feel it. I'm starting to perspire. So I'll take a quickie. I'm going to go turn on the air conditioning, start cooling this place down. We'll try to do a little bit of herbal remedies to see if that helps during the break. Of course, second hour is always happy hour here on Another Dumb Show. So if you want to grab yourself a deli, do that. Put the kids in the other room. Have them start watching some Bluey. Then we'll come back. We'll talk about some of the. There's some breaking news about my favorite fat musician, who I love to make fun of, and I never make fun of fat people except for her because she deserves it. And so we'll talk about her. And there's some other interesting TikTok trends that I think we should actually consider checking out and trying here on Another Dumb Show down the road. So stick around. When we come back from break, we'll talk about all that. Of course, you guys know during break is the best time to... another superfan donation there from Scott78. Says, shout out to Pee-wee. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Glad you're back, Dumb. Hi, Mikey. Oh, man, that was a bad Pee-wee because my throat's all jacked from being sick. Oh, that was awful. I used to do a pretty good Pee-wee. Everybody does a good Pee-wee, though. It's so easy. That was the most fun thing about him. So, yes, rest in peace, Pee-wee, you old cranking son of a bitch. Guys, while we're on the break, or if you're right now while I'm speaking, if you've not taken a second to already hit that like button, Hulk smash that motherfucker for a brother. That way, because I appreciate it. If you like the video, hit the like button for me. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, please make sure you're subscribed. That's the only way you're able to talk in the chat and be a member of the League of Dummies. I think you subscribe and like 10 minutes later, you're able to talk. And of course, if you want to become an official member of the League of Dummies and help support Another Dumb Show, it's $1.99 a month. You can become an official member of the League. And that's a great way to help support the show, guys. So I am going to take a quick break. When we come back from break, we'll talk about all that stuff that I talked about. We'll have some delis, and then we'll see how all that goes. Sit back, relax. We'll be right back. Hold on Another Dumb Show. Hang on. guys, I literally made the same mistake I made at the beginning of the show. All over again. Welcome back to another Dumb Show. I'm another Dumb Show host. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for streaming on my tube tonight on issue number 77. I'm glad to have you guys along with me this evening. I know my main man's over there. I think he is clear to come on screen. Yeah. No kaleidoscoping, no vaping. Nope. I had to, by the way, I think that's one of the things we're getting dinged for. I've
been trying to not do it. Well, I'm trying to not do it while I'm on camera though.
Yeah, I try to get. I'm trying to cut away a little bit more that way. And I got to do this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to see how this thing pops up here. I got to wait for that every time, and then I got to wait for it to disappear. And I can't go bounce back between us, so I got to I got to make that go away, so it stops doing that for as long as it does. That way, I can just pop back and forth like this. You know what I'm saying? So we don't have to do that. And then I can go back to this quickly. So that way you can do your thing off camera, and I have to go back. I don't know if you saw in one of the highlight clips, I blurred it.
I saw that,
Well, it's fun. I learned new tricks. I watched a little video real quick and learned how to, because I watch how to blur. I know how to do make all those TikTok videos and everything. Like I'll play one where the sides are blurred and all that. I know how to do that, but I wasn't sure how to blur like a specific spot. So it's not rocket science. It just took me a second to figure out how to do. So
I ran into an old friend over the weekend, and that friend has 75,000 TikTok followers.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Good for your friend. Is it like somebody we know you're saying a friend, or like
no, it was just an old buddy that disappeared for like 14 years.
How did he pull that off? How did he get? That's a lot of. I mean, that's a good size following. It's more followers than I got for sure. How did he do that?
I don't know. I think he's like a cult leader, to be honest with you.
Yeah, the weirder you are, usually the more. That actually makes me feel good as far as my weirdness scale, because I'm not. I got just enough to where I'm sort of weird, but not too weird. You know what I mean? You're either super famous, or you're kind of weird famous, or you're just not really anything. So I'm in that not anything mode, a little above that, I guess. So, but yeah. So what kind of cult does he have? What is it like? What do you mean? Like a QAnon kind of thing? A Trumper cult? One of those kind of deals?
No. He's a writer. He's got does a bunch of like motivational self-help type stuff.
Oh, really? He writes.
Yeah.
So what was he, a partier who turned his life around, kind of a deal?
Yeah, kind of. More like a gypsy. Just kind of has moved around everywhere. A little bit younger than me. 3 marriages.
Oh, so he's lived a lot of life. Yeah. So why does he keep getting married? Is he a religious dude and he thinks he has to be married to bang these girls?
I have no idea, to be honest. We didn't really get into that much. Like I said, I hadn't talked to him or seen him in like 14 years.
And then he's like, hey, follow me on TikTok. I got a load of followers. Or how did that even come up?
No, I just ran into him, and he was in town for like a night or two. And we caught up for a little bit, and he mentioned his TikTok and whatnot. And I went on TikTok and found him, and I was like, holy shit, 75,000 followers.
Gotcha. Would you guys go out and go hang out, or just meet up, or
just talk for a little bit? Just talk for like a half an hour, 45 minutes. Catch up a little bit.
That's good. Now you got a kind of a weird face. You look like is he a weirdo a little bit or something?
No,
or you're making a face. What, you're not buying his self-help?
No, it's the lavender. Cult? No, it's the lavender. I'm just
just zooted. All right. That's cool. Did you watch any Women's World Cup? I know you're a big, huge women's national soccer team fan. I know how much you love them.
Yeah, no, I could give 2 shits about that.
I know that was a joke. I know you could give 2 shits about them.
I'm rooting for Iceland.
Did you see what they did, or what some of them did when they played the Netherlands the other day?
No.
The U.S. women's national soccer team, a lot of them refused to sing the national anthem before the World Cup game against the Netherlands.
Yeah,
now,
losers.
Do you sing the national anthem every time you go to a baseball game? You out loud sing it? Or
pretty much for the most part. If it's being sung, I'm singing it.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I don't. Like, I'll go and I take my hat off and I don't even know that I sometimes
I don't care. Like
put,
it don't bother me that they're not singing it. I don't care that they're not singing it. But if they're just there's
that,
reports of what's her name that a couple of players don't even come out of the locker room till after it's done playing. Then what are you doing trying to represent this country? Then go represent another fucking country.
No, I'm with you. Like we had an argument about like Colin Kaepernick and everything. And I know that's an old story, but it came up and we kind of argued about that. Because I was like, look, that's why they go fight for free speech. That's the whole fucking point of it. So, you know, that's he has the right to do that. That's the whole fucking point of why we, you know, have free speech. But on a scale where you're representing the country, not just playing in some stupid league and, you know, playing for some corporation that we, you know, that's just made for making money. And you know, it doesn't, while it has become America's pastime, it's not America. It's just a fucking business. You know, the Olympics or the World Cup or whatever, which I guess that's a business too, technically, but it's a worldwide tournament where you're representing our country. You're exactly right, Mikey. So I 100% agree with you about that. Like if they're not coming out of the locker room,
United States women's national team, like it's a
I'm with you.
team for
I'm
the
with
United
you.
States.
Yep, that should be one of the prerequisites beyond just being good at the sport is that you are you have some patriotic you feel a patriotic duty as part of doing this. You're representing your country. You're not just there. So they're clearly representing themselves. So now I understand that it's not the Olympics. It is again a World Cup, which it's just like the Olympics of soccer basically. It's bigger than the soccer in the Olympics.
Yeah.
So I mean, even a guy I went to high school with was at one of these games. He ended up getting put on TV. I forgot to pull the video of it from Instagram. But yeah, he got caught on TV. He's all geared up. He had his head thing on. He's all woo, doing all this crazy stuff. Like he's like, I think there was a bad call he didn't like or something. And but it was funny. I always feel bad because I'll see this guy. He likes all my stuff. He's the nicest guy. His name's Eric. And we were so mean to this kid in high school. So, we were so mean to him. He was in our choir. He had a goatee in 10th grade, like a full goatee. So we called him Beardo. And he was, I don't even really necessarily remember why we made fun of him. Because to this, like, looking back, he was always just such a nice guy. He almost kind of like laughed along with getting picked on too. It was really weird. Like he wasn't somebody who argued back necessarily, or like he just kind of played along a little bit. And I'm like, but I just remember like because he's so nice and he always likes my stuff. And I like really, I don't like people from high school. I don't see much of anybody from high school. I don't really like even get like likes and stuff from people that I grew up with or whatever, like all my stuff, even like stuff from the show. Maybe a couple, maybe. But like nothing, like this guy stands out because he was always liking my stuff. So I always feel bad. So Eric, if you're watching, sorry we picked on you, Beardo. You were always a nice guy. So congrats.
We had a kid like that too. I feel horrible for the way we picked on this kid that was on the bowling team. He was the youngest kid ever on the bowling team. He was on it like 8th grade. Yeah. He had the biggest lisp in the world, teeth way too big for his mouth. And my God, did we just...
I truly
we bullied him into being in the biggest juice head in the world, though, when he got out of high school.
This kid never changed. That's the thing. He's one of those people who, like I said, even like when he was getting picked on, he never changed who he was. Darla, what are you doing? Sorry, she's chewing on something. She's not Don't chew on that, you dupud. What are you doing? Don't chew on that, dipshit. Go lay down. You got 8 million toys to play with. Go lay down. Anyway, yeah. He was always himself. He never let us bullying him or picking on him change him one little bit, and he's been that way ever since. He still likes what he likes, and he's passionate about loves soccer, women's soccer, because he played on the guys' soccer team, but he always supported the girls' soccer teams, and he's still doing it to this day. So, God love the dude. He is who he is, and he's passionate about himself and all the things he likes, which is I envy that because I wish I was as passionate about stuff like that dude was, or is. Scott 78, or wait. Nope, wrong one, sorry. Was it from Scrap 78? Sorry, I saw a Superfan donation there that I missed. Nugget Man, my bad. Mikey, have you ever been married? Nugget Man wants to know.
No.
No, yeah, you say it like that. No.
I dodged a few bullets.
Yeah, you were, what, does that mean you proposed a couple times and it fell apart, or you were getting close and then decided not to?
Getting close, yeah. Uh-huh.
That's good. And what made you change your mind?
Oh, it's usually the drugs ended up changing their mind.
Oh, you changed their mind for them. I see. Gotcha.
Yes, yeah.
Very good. Very good. Okay, cool. All right. Speaking of old friends, you said you ran into an old friend over the weekend. One of our old friends is back in the chat. One of the members of the League of Dummies is back after some huge, intense brawling over the past week. Amanda is back in chat after she left for a while. I did see her come back in chat for a second there. She sent me an email saying that she's back. And then now I don't see her anymore. So I don't know if she got ran back off or whatever again, but I did see her in there for a second saying something about selling her putrid planters. Apparently she did very well over the weekend at one of her things. So good for her. And welcome.
I saw that earlier as well.
Welcome back. Welcome back. All right, Mikey, I did talk before the break about something I saw in the news. You know how Lizzo be eaten, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, Lizzo be apparently making her backup dancers eat bananas out of strippers' vaginas.
Yeah, banana snatches.
Yeah, three of Lizzo's former dancers filed a lawsuit Tuesday morning in L.A. Against Lizzo, her production company, Big Touring Inc., and Shailene Quigley, Lizzo's dance team captain. So let's see, there are 3 defendants in the case saying that, plaintiffs in the case saying that the defendants created a hostile work environment through sexual, religious, and racial harassment, along with two separate lewd incidents involving a banana. Lizzo apparently, I guess where they went to Amsterdam in red lights, in the red light district. You know how you go to Amsterdam? They got the ladies. You walk down the street. They got the ladies up in the little booths or whatever along the thing. God, look how much I'm sweating. Jesus Christ! You got the ladies in the booths doing their dancing, trying to woo you to come in. The ladies of the night. Apparently, they must have gone to some sort of club with nude performers, or maybe they went in one of the girls' rooms. I don't know. But apparently Lizzo hounded her employees to catch dildos ejected from performers' vaginas. Lizzo cheered loudly to motivate employees to eat bananas protruding from performers' vaginas.
At least she's promoting healthy eating.
Oh my God. And then now also, well, that's the kind of funny thing about it is that it's funny that it's a banana. You'd have thought it would have been like a fudgesicle or something. Oh wait, you couldn't use that. That'd be gross. Wrong end. Anyway, in a related banana harassment, apparently said the dance instructor, this Quigley chick, allegedly regularly discussed her own sex life and inappropriately interrogated the dancers over their own, what? Oh, I'm sorry. She discussed her own sex life and inappropriately interrogated the dancers over their own sex lives. Okay. And then she also, going back to the bananas, she had a party trick in which she would perform oral sex on a banana in front of the dancers. That's pretty hot. It's actually one of the hottest scenes I've ever seen in a movie. You ever seen that movie with, and this guy's a creep, but that Cuba Gooding Jr., where he's on a cruise, and I think Horatio Sands is in it. And there's some really hot. God.
Yeah.
Really hot.
They end up on the gay cruise.
Something like that. Well, no, is that what it is? They're pretending to be gay? Is that what it is? Something like that. But I know there's a really hot Latina chick in it, and she does like a simulated oral sex on a banana. And I just remember that being like, God damn, that would be fucking amazing if somebody did what she's fucking doing with that banana. That's first class right there.
I think it was called Cabin Cruise.
I'll take your word for it. I actually don't remember. I just remember that I don't remember anything about that movie except who was in it and that scene in particular because, damn, that was hot. I wonder if that's where she got that from. So yeah, it looks like Lizzo is. Let's see. What else is there? Okay, so there were some. Now there is a little bit of like. I don't know. People are saying Lizzo has said that these dancers were drinking before performances. So if you've ever watched her reality show, Watch Out for the Big Girls, that was on Amazon, I guess that these girls were there arguing. I know, right? It's a whole show of just giant fat girls arguing. So I doubt many people that watch this show caught it. Because, yeah, you guys know how I feel about Lizzo. I can't stand her claims that, she's fat, healthy, and likes being the way she is. I find that to be a complete load of fucking bullshit. I don't buy that for one bit. So yeah, a lot of crazy stuff going on there. That story reminded me of a story that I heard when I first got back on the old show. Right before, literally like days before I got on the old show, when I was an intern, they did one of those Ultimate Guys Night Out things. And apparently a sales guy ate a Twizzler out of a stripper's crotch. So yeah, that was like one of the legendary stories from there. So, and I always remember that just going, God damn, if I'd have just gotten hired maybe a couple days earlier, I would have been able to witness that perhaps. Maybe I'd have been able to go on that or whatever.
I've done a blow pop out of a girl's snatch for sure.
A strippers though?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Ooh, you're brave, dude. Oof.
We used to bring them home with us.
Yeah, well, I mean, but yeah, then you wrap it up. I would think at least, but
of course we would, dude. It'd be 5 of us passing her around.
Oh man, that's crazy. Oh, classy cat gals.
One time from the cat, most of the time from the Mirage out on Ridge or the Barrel.
I forgot about that place.
And then there's a place that would like a real hole in the wall called the Barrel of Dolls. And yeah, that's a real trash spot to go pick up some night walkers and have fun with them and then kick them out of the car.
And you and 5 guys would run trains on strippers after a night at the club? How would you lure them back to talk them into this with piles of party favors?
Yeah.
Just
go back to the house where we lived in Scottsville and just party until the sun came up the next day.
And then just talk them into doing God knows whatever because you're giving them whatever and
whatever they wanted to do. We didn't talk them into doing anything. That sounds horrible.
Well, I didn't. Okay, yes, you're not coercing anybody to do anything they don't want to do. I didn't mean it like that, but yeah, I mean it's not. Party spot. It's just not that easy. I don't know a lot of girls who are having 5-guy gangbangs. I guess was my point. So,
dude, there'd be two or three of the girls that would come over after working.
And were they doing this like in trade, basically, you think? Or were they doing this because they're just that crazy? I mean, were you guys paying these chicks too, or? Oh, okay, there you go. All right, well, that's fine. You can admit it. So we need to get so what you're saying is we need to get a billboard outside of Rochester that Mikey had sex with strippers and 4 other guys. In Scottsdale or whatever.
Yeah, Scottsdale. Yes,
or wherever you said it was.
Perfect. Yeah, no, Scottsdale, Arizona.
Yeah, right. All right. Well, that's crazy, dude. Good for you. Was it fun?
Dude, it was always fun.
Good.
It's before the drugs stopped being fun.
That's good.
When strippers used to do cocaine before they started doing heroin and falling off the pole. They would actually have some energy to them. Now they just all fall off the pole and nod out in your lap.
Last time I went to the strip club, they seemed to have plenty of energy. They were doing just fine. Cost me, but they were a lot of fun. Speaking of fun, you guys know I love a few. I love some good online eating challenges and TikTok trends as far as all the goofy food. There's a couple crazy ones that came out, and one of them actually I've actually already done before. I was a little surprised to see this. I was apparently there's a burger that came out I think in honor of Twitter rebranding itself from Twitter to X. Have you seen this new burger, the X burger that came out, Mikey?
I have not. I've not seen the X burger that came out. I just actually the other day I opened up my phone and I was like, "What the?" I had no idea that the logo had changed and everything like that on my phone.
Oh yeah, now it's not. So yeah, we're not supposed to call it Twitter anymore. So like, my only thing is like people say, "Did you see the tweet?" How are you supposed to see? Did you see the X? That's what you know what I mean. That's what I don't understand. That's the only thing.
What
that
if it's
doesn't
like a Twitter video? Am I supposed to say, "Did you see that X video?" That's a porno site.
It's an X video. Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but X video is a porno site, bro. Like,
I guess you got to rephrase it. It's a video I saw on X or something along those lines. So yeah, that's what you got to call it because, and I actually I got that check mark or whatever because they start to limit how many tweets you can see now and stuff, and it's where I find a lot of videos. So because it's easy to get them, download them from there. They're like really super simple. So I get a lot of stuff from there a lot of times. So I don't even know where I was going with that, but yeah, X, it's an X now. So yeah, that's why I got the blue check mark because it lets me see more tweets and stuff. So hey, cat, get away from the camera. But the X, speaking of X, there are big signs getting them in trouble. They put a sign on top of their building that's getting them in trouble. Elon Musk didn't get a building permit and just put this big ass giant X sign on top of the building in
perfect
the X headquarters. Yeah, just like the rules don't apply to them. But some burger, it's called the Wayback Burger. I guess that's a nationwide burger joint. There's only like 4 of them in Northeast Ohio. But do you guys have a Wayback Burger by you? Never even heard of Wayback Burger. Yeah. Well, I might have to find out where this place is and tell them, yo, this is really not a challenge because I have already destroyed this years ago when it was called the Heart Attack Challenge. This has been done. This is old.
God, that's not bad at all.
6. Let's see. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think 9 or 10 patties on there.
2.5 pounds of burgers.
Is that what it says? Let me see.
I just imagine it would be. I'd imagine they're 1/4 pound patties.
Let's see if it says how big they are. It's a $30 burger. Does it actually say how big it is? It just says 10 cheeseburgers in one. It doesn't actually go down to say how many pounds each one is. But yeah, I did this a long time ago, back in the old show days on CBS. It was called the Heart Attack Burger. I think a doctor or something who lived in some town had a heart attack, and then some restaurant named it after him and called it the Heart Attack Burger or something stupid, ridiculous like that. And so we actually cooked the burgers on a George Foreman grill in studio, built this giant ass burger in studio, and then I murdered that thing. I remember taking it, and I was taking my hand into a tub of mayonnaise, scooping out mayo and slapping it onto it to get it lubed up to be able to shove it down my throat. So there's one little burger concoction, one new little challenge we might be able to consider for the show. We already have a couple of them in the rinks. By the way, I'm still waiting for somebody to beat me in Mikey's McDonald's challenge. No, nobody can bring this guy down, bring down the king. I had a guy, I lost the comment here, but I think this is from a guy named Aaron. He said that I'm a god for being able to do Mikey's McDonald's challenge because he just tried to eat a few McNuggets and he couldn't even get through a few McNuggets. We're making him nauseous. So, I mean, it's holding people back, Mikey. I'm waiting for somebody to try to take down the king. Anotherdumbshow@gmail.com. Email me if you think you can beat me in Mikey's McDonald's challenge. If you know what it is, well, get in the chat and ask me. I'll tell you.
I was scrolling through the chat. I'm definitely not trending well in the chat right now.
You aren't? Why? What happened?
Oh my God, telling the story about bringing the strippers home to my house and stuff like that. Christina's got a real big problem with that. Carrie's got a problem with that.
With you bringing home strippers?
Yeah, now I've gone from the mustiest to the nastiest, nastier than other people that we might know.
Well, I'm wondering what they're saying is nasty, but because
is there any chance Mikey doesn't have an STD?
You just said you wrapped it up. Although the blow pop thing might have ended up with something, you never know if you you might have walked away with something from that one. You never know.
Oh yeah, and then Christina, I do have to answer her question. She wants to know if I've washed that water bottle of mine in the last 3 months. And yes, I just fucking washed it. I wash it every weekend, and it's not a water bottle; it's a Gatorade bottle. I drink Gatorade all day, every day.
Boy, they've really gotten under your skin about your lack of deodorant and calling you Musty Mikey and stuff.
Yeah, because I'm a clean guy. My God, I live in very, very clean quarters.
It's hard, but people they find that hard to believe. Like when you say stuff like you don't shower and then you bang strippers.
I do shower. See, that's the problem. You say that I don't shower. I just don't put on deodorant. I'm a 2 shower a day guy. Always have been.
Yeah. Alex said, you did say you loading them up with drugs and took them home to do a train on them. That's just like, I don't know, kind of vile to someone's humanity.
Did I say I was loading them up on drugs, or did they just gladly take the cocaine from my pocket and key it to their nose themselves?
I don't think
the fuck out of here with that. Coerced them and did that shit. Take your feminist spin bullshit and get the fuck out of the chat.
No,
trying to cancel me over some shit, saying I coerced girls and I filled them full of drugs so I could fuck them. No, they all chose to fuck me because I had the drugs.
That makes sense. Yeah, they did a lot of times. That's why I was asking.
It's hard to understand. Some girls are just a fucking whore.
There are girls out there who do like their partying, and they do all that kind of willingly. So you're saying that was a total willing thing, Mikey? Obviously, nobody was coerced. These girls were out willingly coming home with you, whether they were. Wasn't like a quid pro quo, like we're going to give you drugs if you come home with us. They were going to come home with you.
No, they left with a pocket full of cash and a pocket full of drugs.
So they didn't need you for the partying, is what you're saying. You just happened to be an accessory to the party.
Yeah.
You guys got Mikey fired up.
No, I just hate that shit. That I filled them up with drugs and like coerced them to the house like I'm the Pied Piper or some shit.
No, I understand. You could see why someone would. Why like a woman could hear that and they would hear the wrong thing, because if they aren't like that, like I would imagine Allie isn't the kind of girl who would do something like that, or probably most of the girls in there. There's not a lot of women out there who are doing that. So I imagine maybe it's hard for them to understand that there are girls who would do all that without being coerced, perhaps. And I'm speaking for them because
it was a 15-year span of my life where I know more women that were like that than weren't like that.
Yeah, you did. You ran with a rough crowd, Mikey. That's for sure. That is for sure.
I come to think of it, I got blamed or I got said that all the time. Oh, you ran with a rough crowd. I think I was the fucking leader. Like I was the bad influence for everybody around me. I didn't have any bad influences. I think I was like the center of the fucking tornado.
Yeah, I think it all depended on what part of my Nugget Man saying something about Amanda versus Carrie and a fruit snack challenge. I'm not really sure what that means. We'll have to circle back to that one. But all right. Yeah, there were times where I was definitely the ringleader, depending on who I was hanging out with. There were times where I had people I had people kind of telling me what was the fun thing to do and all that good. You know what I'm saying? Like, so there's different times in my life. Different people had influence over me, and then other times I had influence over them. I always kind of looked at it as either way, it was an excuse to party. That's all it was. You know what I mean? Like, it's just another excuse to get wasted, whether I'm the one driving it, whether I feel like somebody else is talking me into it. It was always a nice excuse when I would talk myself into believing that another person was to blame for when I was partying. I did see it might be a good idea if we enact this over here. Somebody had mentioned that we put into effect Operation Icebox for Mikey. He's got very heated, and everybody knows that when your old pal Dumb is getting worked up and very angry, this was what my gym teacher and my principal would put into effect when I was getting worked up. They'd say Operation Icebox is in effect, and they'd try to get me cooled off before I lost my temper.
And here I am talking about cocaine, and you're covering me in snowflakes.
It does look like a little bit a zoomed in view of it. If you squint your eyes a little bit, it does kind of look like a mirror.
Yeah,
somebody kind of just the edges, or somebody just kind of get the middle of, just like that looks like a finger. That looks like a finger smear right across the middle of a mirror, actually.
Yep.
So there you go. We've got Mikey in Operation Icebox, and look at that. It already made him calm down and laugh a little bit. So that's good to know. Now, speaking of icy things, I told you guys. Oh, I don't need to be in Operation Icebox. I'm chill, bro. I'm chill AF, man.
Your shirt says otherwise.
Oh, I know, man. Look at that. That's so bad.
You need to go into the fridge or freezer for a minute. Man.
I am hot. I do feel hot. It probably, it probably doesn't help in that I'm having a beer. I probably shouldn't have a beer, but I'm not like taking antibiotics or anything. So what's the big deal if I have a brew dog here? If I get down a deli. Let's see. So there were a couple things. I saw. Oh, there were for you, Mikey. This is what I wanted to do. Speaking of cooling off, this will make you happy. You're still on your diet, right?
Yeah, for the most part.
Cool. Let me do something to really make you pissed off then. Check this out, Mikey. This one's for you, my dude.
Perfect.
Oh, man.
Oh, God damn it. Hold on. I didn't hear that song in the background. All right, hold on. I got to restart it. I'll mute that shit. All right, so here we go. Have you seen this, Mikey, did you say?
I have.
All right, so tell me what you think. We got a Tupperware container. We got two old ladies putting 6 McDonald's ice cream cones upside down. They're crushing them up with spoons, which is already making me grossed out.
Oh, no.
That looks
I'm all about it.
That looks really gross to me because I don't think those cones particularly taste too great. You throw now those super, super salty cookies in there.
Slamming.
And then a little bit of hot fudge, and then you bring your own homemade sprinkles, and you've now created a McDonald's hot fudge sundae, and then you dip French fries in it. Gross. So there you go, Mikey. That's for you. I thought you'd appreciate that.
I've got a 40-ounce milkshake and a pint of ice cream waiting for me in the freezer.
You got a 40-ounce milkshake and a pint of ice cream in there. So the diet's off. I don't know why did you lie to me and say you're still doing your diet?
What do you mean? I'm allowed to cheat one day a week.
That's funny. I do have another little food one here. And the guys, like I said, I spent the day getting the house together, so I didn't have a ton of time to get a lot of stuff pulled together. So I apologize if I seem a little disheveled or out of it tonight. I am still kind of trying to hold myself together here. But now we have the Mikey's McDonald's Challenge, which includes Big Macs. We have the Taco Bell Challenge, which includes Taco Bell soft tacos. And now, Mikey, I don't know if you've seen, there is a new TikTok trend that incorporates both of those. Check this out. Why is that not playing? Why is that not playing? There we go. Why is there no audio on it? Because I just muted it. Wake up. There we go.
Smash burger tacos are hitting the streets with layers of crispy beef and all the toppings. Season the beef and get it onto a hot griddle. Go ahead and put the tortilla on the back and press it down with the burger press and get that super flat.
Yeah,
Scrape
look at
it
that.
When it's ready, flip it to a cool side of the griddle and put on that cheese to get that little melty batter and load up your toppings. These are amazing.
There it is. That's a Big Mac on a soft taco.
I've been eating those. I have a flat top
What?
grill. This is what I've been making, dude. Smash burgers.
On a tortilla like that?
I haven't been using the tortilla. I've just been smashing the burgers and having it flat and putting my toppings on the burgers because I don't want the extra carbs. But yeah, making those pretty much exactly without the Thousand Island. Actually, no, with the Thousand Island dressing.
Now,
I've got that on there as well.
what do you think if we did we combined Mikey's McDonald's challenge and the taco challenge to see how many Big Mac tacos we could get down? We could do a race with you and I. We could each make these. Since you have a flat top, I could get a little flat top griddle. I can do that, no problem. And we have a competition where we see who could do a combination of Mikey's McDonald's taco challenge, where we combine the two challenges and we see if we could do that. I think that would be a lot of fun.
I think we have a race to 8.
A race to 8. Now you're saying you think you can only do 8
smash
of them.
burgers. Yeah.
Okay, it could combine that other one as well. So a race to, because there were 8 burgers in that tall one that I showed a little bit ago too.
Yep.
So that's
10 burgers in that one.
10 burgers in that one. So okay. Well, I think that this would be a really good this would be a really fun thing to do. And then we could even I don't know if you can do it, but we could even cook some on right now. We could pull up I could put a grill out here. Maybe I could put show you my disgusting stove. I could cook the burgers and stuff right here live or whatever.
I can bring my laptop outside, set it up on a chair, and grill in the first half of the show too.
There you go. That makes me fun. I like that. I got a buddy who's also thinking about. He's got a pool, and a hot tub, and he's talking about possibly doing some fun stuff over there, perhaps. So it might be a great idea I said, because it would be fun to kind of switch up, have different backgrounds and everything. So that might be kind of cool if you did that. Even if we didn't do just every once in a while, if you did that, fucking do some grilling while we're doing the show. I'm down with that. Take your laptop out and cook, man. I'd be fine with that. All right. I have. I'm running out of gas, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I did see. Let's see. I saw somebody highlighted my name in there. Brap's taken off. He was first in and not last out, though. Brap, see you later. Positivity shout out to Carrie for not drinking. Apparently, is Carrie off the sauce?
Really?
Oh, she is. Good for her. Good for her. All right, good. That'll probably help you very much, Carrie. If you are, if you're off the sauce, Carrie, I think that'll really help you. So, because I definitely, you have impulse control problems, like I do, and usually alcohol exacerbates those more than anything else in the world, for sure.
So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that ice cream. I can't stop thinking about that shit now. My diet has been all right. I'm down 17 pounds.
Good for. Oh wow, damn, that's pretty quick. Good for you. Yeah. It's not a lot of water weight just from being out in the heat and working. You don't think sweating it all out?
I think it could be a lot of that, but I've been drinking a ton more water, and I just haven't been eating as much, to be honest with you.
Okay.
And most of my meals are healthy. Mostly of everything I'm eating, there's no carbs at all. I don't have any bread in the house. There's been no cookies, and not for the past, I didn't get any last week, so 2 weeks now it'll be no cookies.
Good job. Good job. Well, that's part of why I played that for you. I was trying to get you all worked up, but you're already one step ahead of me on a cheat day as it is. So, all right, there you go. I'd love to see eat that thing, man.
Eat them burgers.
You think you could eat that whole thing that those ladies made with that ice cream sundae? Six ice cream
anything
cones.
ice cream related, yeah, without a doubt.
And 6 ice cream cones, 3 cookies, and all that shit. Ooh. I don't know, man. I have a question for you, Mikey, real quick. I do have this video, and I wanted to get to it earlier because it might take a little bit of time to talk about, and we'll see. I probably should have asked you when you were getting all riled up at Allie and them earlier, but could you ever imagine an instance where you would punch a chick? Because I didn't think that I ever would or could for any reason until I kind of watched a video today and thought of a reason maybe why I could see myself doing it. And I obviously don't advocate that. I don't advocate domestic violence or anything like that. I don't advocate violence, period. But I saw this video and it made me think about defending people. And well, here, I'll watch this video, and I certainly, again, I don't condone any of this behavior at all, but I did find it interesting to comment on based on how you should react if this were to happen to your girlfriend, daughter, sister, loved one, best friend. So if you're at a concert, this is at a Luke Combs concert, it picks up right in the middle of the melee, and it's pretty self-explanatory once you see the video and based on what I've just been talking about. Here, check this out. So you'll see there's some girls wrestling, then a guy comes in and just starts wrecking people. Now, normally, in this sort of instance, if there's something like that happens, there are 57 guys that come running in and start pummeling the guy, right? I mean, there's no...
Of course they're in Philadelphia.
Now, watching that, though, I'm terribly conflicted because...
I'm on his side.
I gotta say, but did he just go too far, though, Mikey? Could he have dug his way in there and not thrown bombs? I mean, this guy was coming with giant overhand haymakers to try to a girl on the ground already. So
if I'm seeing my girl get curb stomped and jumped and she's defenseless like that, getting beat up, I'm gonna see red. I'm throwing you by your hair. I'm gonna kick you in the face. I really don't give a shit.
And this is kind of what made me
male, female. It don't matter to me.
This is kind of what made me.
All I'm gonna see is red.
Wonder this question because because like I said, I would never, because I watched not watched in my house, but I had family members who were involved in domestic violence, and my dad was constantly getting himself interjecting, trying to stop this from happening and threatening to murder the person who was doing it to the family member. And it was just always kind of on the tipping point of, something going crazy. I mean, my dad literally was holding this person by the throat, was choking them, saying, "I warned you never to hit this person again." And then another family member peeled my dad off and saved this guy's life. So I learned very early on that you don't, that's like rule number one. You don't raise your hand to a woman, period, no matter what. You let them punch you in the face, no matter what. There's no reason to ever fight back.
In the face. I've been stabbed in the forehead with a fork. Like, I've been hit. Like,
right.
I've been hit in the face with a work boot while I've been sleeping too. Like, there's never been a time where I've been like, I'm going to raise up and hit it. But like, if my mother was getting jumped by 3 women or something at a concert or something like that, and I'm trying to get them all split up, and then women keep coming back and start hitting me, and I'm going to start dropping them.
Right. Well, that's kind of like, I feel like I would let them punch me repeatedly. Like if a girl got mad, like B1's gotten mad at me, she's hit me not many times, like 3 different separate occasions. 2 of them I earned it. 2 of them I earned it. First one, not so much. But the second 2 I earned. So I don't really feel too bad about it because, I mean, she's this little person who, she's not going to be able to out yell me. She's not going to be able to out argue me really, usually a lot of times. So that really was her only defense in those moments. So I kind of don't really blame her in those moments. But going back to the story, I don't think I could never come up with the reason why I would ever think that it would be okay until I watched this video and realized, well, yeah, what if somebody started attacking B1 at a concert like this? What if 3 girls ganged up on her while she was in the line for the bathroom and I walked up on it? I feel like I might do the same thing. I feel like I might grab someone by their hair and like throw them off of her. You know what I'm saying? So now I guess there would be a reason, but I just couldn't think of any reason at all.
I couldn't think of one before you showed me that video, and I'm okay with that, dude.
Yeah,
I want to see that again. Can I see that from the jump again?
Well, I'm interested to see if this guy's going to get into face any kind of charges or anything like that because of this. I haven't really seen the story beyond that, but
it's from Philadelphia.
So it starts off. Let's kind of see where it starts.
We're trying to figure out which girl it is.
I think the girl getting beat up is okay. So there's the girl in the pink, and then there's a blonde girl. So there's 3 of them right there. See?
Yeah, is it the girl in the shorts or in the pants and Birkenstock? That's the girlfriend?
Nope, it's the girl in the front. I believe is the girlfriend. The girl with her shirt pulled up, where you can see her stomach right there.
Yeah, with the jeans. Jeans on.
She's getting horse collared right now by the girl in the cowboy boots and the short shorts. See the horse collar right there? So she grabs her. She grabs her off of the fence. Grabs her. I'm just going to drag it because it works a little better. And then she drags her. She like throws her. The blonde is the one that's got her hog tied too. So she had.
And they just whip her to the ground.
That's a hair pull. See, because they're both holding each other's hair, it looks like. So that's the typical girl fight. They whip to the ground. And I think that other girl is just kind of collateral damage. I think her arm is just stuck in between the 2 of them brawling. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she just goes with it. Yep.
Yeah, unless she's holding on to her hair too. And she goes flying. Everybody goes, oh, world star. And then.
Oh, this dude. I wanted to see the first. He grabs her, throws her.
He comes running in.
Grabs the first girl.
It's hard to see. Yep, grabs one.
Ragdolls her.
Just chucks her. Yep, chucks the girl with the short shorts.
Face mushes that one.
Yep, stomps.
There's the punch.
He just grazes her too. He misses too. Do you see that? Oh, he kind of gets her a little bit, I guess.
Oh, he gets her in the side of the head,
Yeah, her head goes. And then this other girl tries to stop him. He shoves her. He then takes her.
Gets back up.
Oh, man, he body slams her by the back of her head down on top of his own girl. Jeez.
He's standing over top of his girl.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I see. Now he's standing over.
He's protecting her. He's standing over top of her. Nobody's getting near her.
Now another girl goes flying again. Wow. And now you see a couple guys trying to reach in. Like the heroes come in, of course, the White Knights.
With their phone and they're saying, yeah, whatever. Get out of here, nerd.
Right, but now he's got her up off the ground. You see he's got his arm around her. And that's the end of all that. All the girls decide they've had one bitch comes back up for one last thing. Looks like she throws a drink on him or something. Pulls a Cardi B. And that's the end of that. And then he gets booed as he leaves. So yeah, that's what you said that was Philadelphia?
Yeah, of course that's Philly.
How did you know it was Philly? I didn't even
I knew right away, right as soon as that dude ran into frame with the beard and the baseball jersey, I knew he was from Philly. I just knew.
How did you know? Just because there's somebody
Eagles,
in
there? No, I could tell by the way the dude was, for sure. And then everybody else around him, he's either wearing Philly or Eagles hats.
You sure that's not Boston, dude? You sure that's not the Boston?
No, because the security guard that's pushing that kid away at the end is wearing an Eagles hat, and then there's
Oh, see, I thought that was a Celtics hat. Maybe.
And it says up at the top of the screen, whoever shared the video is Philly Fort something.
Oh, okay, perfect. Oh, there you go, perfect. There you go. Good job. Thanks. Well, thanks to Philly Fort something, whatever. Thanks for posting that video. So, all right. So that's it. I think I'm gonna wrap things up. Well, wait, I got one last little silly video that made me laugh. Real quick though, there were a couple super fan donations in there that I missed. I want to go back and read those. Mikey, secret ADS mod wants to know, mod Wooey, that's funny, wants to know what is Mikey's biggest regret?
Heroin.
That was a pretty easy answer, obviously. I thought I was going to say.
Yeah, first time I did heroin. Yeah,
Either
crossing that line.
Either that or going to that basement with that kid. Might have been, that would have been probably my biggest regret. Crooked Orchids. Crooked Orchid said, sorry, too soon. Crooked Orchid said, a superfan donation said, send love to all the bunnies in the world. Now, my brain immediately went to Playboy bunnies. Is she talking about? Send love out to all the Playboy bunnies. God love you, ladies. Thank you for taking your clothes off for me for all those years. I really appreciate it. If she's talking about the actual bunnies that hop on the ground, I got no problem with bunnies. They're cute. If that's some sort of internet term I don't know about, somebody hit me and get me hip to it. All right, one last quick little video, and then we will wrap things up here. Oh wait, Mike, you said you're into roller coasters, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Did you see the new one at Cedar Point?
No, I did not.
They got rid of the top thrill.
I've never been to Cedar Point either.
Oh, really? Oh,
No.
I thought. Why did I think were you just at an amusement park or something? I thought you said you were just at one or something. Are you? Why
Remember,
did
I was going to go to Seabreeze and I didn't end up going there. Maybe I don't even know if I told that story on there.
So, for some reason, I thought something about an amusement park with you. I don't know, but either way, I'm not a big roller coaster guy. But this one, they got rid of the top thrill dragster, which is like that one that goes straight up in the air, and now they've put in a new one, and this is what the new one is going to look like.
Experience the excitement,
wow, the sight, the
adrenaline
speed.
of high-performance racing on an all-new vertical speedway. Introducing Top Thrill 2, the world's tallest and fastest triple-launch stratocoaster. Buckle in and smoke the competition on this extreme motorsport machine. Launch 3 times at speeds reaching 120 miles per hour.
Nice.
Drive the sky at 420 feet.
Oof.
Pump the brakes, cross the finish line. Take that victory lap. Get revved up on Top Thrill 2, coming to Cedar Point, 2024.
There you go.
Dude,
so it's back.
Those things also scare the shit out of me. You've seen that the video all over Twitter of that roller coaster in North Carolina at the Six Flags there with the crack in the steel beam.
Yeah, with the big
And
broken
every
ass
time
beam.
the fucking thing goes by, it just like opens and smiles at you. Like,
Yep.
what the fuck?
I did see that. That freaked me out too. So yeah, I haven't been on a roller coaster in I don't know how many years. I can't stand them. I get the worst vertigo.
I get nauseous
on
as
those.
shit. I get so sick for like the whole day next.
Yeah,
Well,
I think it's from drugs. I think it just destroyed my equilibrium. So there's no way I can do that anymore at all. So, did you see that stuff with Cardi B?
She threw the mic after she was telling people to throw water on her because she was hot.
Yep. So yeah, here it is. So she there's Cardi B. Whoop, hold on one sec. Oh, hold on. We just missed it. My bad. There's Cardi B. I'm so hot. So the water on. I can't play it because it's got her rapping. But yeah, she whips the microphone down. Not really sure if it actually hit the girl who threw the water. Couldn't really even tell, to tell you the truth. When it lands in here, actually, we haven't watched it in slow-mo yet. Let's see where that thing ends up, if you can tell. Does it hit?
It looks like it goes wide.
It hits somebody, though, because it definitely stops. I can't tell who it hits. But now somebody has, I don't know if it was the girl that she was throwing it at or just one of the person that actually got hit by the microphone, but that person reported this to the police, and Cardi B is now facing potentially some battery charges for this. But apparently Cardi B didn't care because I believe either last night she literally just said, you know what, fuck it. I'm pissed off at my DJ. End of my set. Whap! Throw the microphone at the DJ. So,
God damn.
Yeah, she's salty about something. I'm not really sure what's going on with Cardi B right now. It could be that, I I just saw Offset admitted that he made up the whole thing about her cheating on him just because they were in a fight. I don't know if you saw that Instagram post a while back where he...
I didn't.
Yeah, he made up... He claimed that she effed some other dude. And so he posted on Instagram, and then he came out on a podcast like yesterday or today saying, oh, no. Yeah, that never happened. I just made that up because we were in a fight, and I wanted to piss her off, and I wanted to get in her head a little bit. So yeah, she's in trouble potentially for that, but I'm sure she's just gonna pay out, and that'll be the end of that. All right, one little quick video to laugh and then we'll wrap things up tonight. This made me giggle pretty hard today when I saw it. Pretty self-explanatory. Enjoy. One more time, just cuz. Oh man, this is great. I love this. Whoa, boom. Oh, ooh, what do you think hurt worse? What hurt the worst on this? Actually, let's break this down. Darla, honey, please stop. Puppy Wuppy, please stop. I'm not sure what hurts worse when he smacked
that right there.
Darla, honey, Whoppers, could you please stop barking? We're trying to work here. Thank you. Good girl. All right. So right here, where he smacks his nuts, you think that's the part that hurt the most? Where he comes...
And then on the bounce back, he hits the left side of his head, too. Watch. Nuts head.
Oh, really? I didn't notice that. Oh, damn, you're right. He does. He face plants into that. But he almost looks like as he was coming... Knock it off. Hush. That's enough. Sorry about that, guys. She's going crazy right now. She's barking at the cat. Here he is, nuts to face, and then it just rides down on his face, bounces off his face, and then just skids across that. That shit is just burning him too. That's like sandpaper. That's like gravel. That whatever that stuff is, that fake turf. Ooh. Ooh, god damn, that hurt. One more time. What a dipshit. Ooh. How do you think that even happens? Like, how do you even do that to yourself?
No,
just slide down on your back.
Speed going like shit.
Just
starfish. Put your hands and your feet out. Slow yourself down.
Slow down. Lay on your back first off, not on your stomach. That's the first step on a slide. So, all right, Mikey, that's gonna wrap things up tonight, my dude. I'll let you get out of here. Go enjoy your pint and your milkshake. Go gorge on that until you puke. All right.
Definitely about to. Yep.
All right, my dude. I appreciate it. Have a good night, man. Love you.
Love you too, buddy. See ya.
All right, dude. So, all right, guys, that's going to wrap things up for us tonight on another Dumb Show. I appreciate all of you guys sticking around and hanging out with us this evening. Thanks for streaming on the tube tonight. We'll be back live tomorrow at 7. If you've not already hit the like button on today's video, please do that. I would really appreciate it. It helps us out here. And it's one of the best ways to support another Dumb Show outside of the donations and the super fans in there. So thank you again to everybody in the chat who did that. And also, I just want to say thanks to all the members. Thank you guys for joining. I know it's $1.99 a month, so it's nice of you guys to spend your hard-earned money here helping to support another Dumb Show. I really appreciate all of you guys doing that. So we're going to wrap things up for us tonight. And I hope you guys have a great evening. If you guys have been participating in happy hour, you know the rules. Make sure you don't go anywhere. Stay home, all that good stuff. Boy, this dog needs me. I got to get out of here. I'm going to wrap things up. I'm out of here, you guys. See ya.